Hi guys, my name is Vivian and I am an operations team member at iCREATE. Today I'll be showing you how to use Autodesk Fusion 360, which is a free CAD software. So today I'll be going over the basics of CAD, such as extruding and revolve. I have an example here of a name tag I previously made using Fusion 360, and I was able to 3D print this in the iLab. So I'll go over, have a new tab, new design. When you open up Fusion 360, it may prompt you to sign in, so you may need to have an Autodesk account set up first, and this is free. So now I have a blank workspace. I'm going to go over to Create Sketch, and then I'm going to choose a plane. You can choose any plane you want. So I'm just going to choose the XY plane, but again, you can choose any one that you want. Over here, you have a cube. I'll go over this later on. And on the top, you have a ribbon, so you have stuff like line, 2-point rectangle, circle, and etc. All right, so right now I'm going to make a name tag. I'm going to start with a 2-point rectangle. I'm going to click on one end, and then without holding down my mouse, I'm just going to click on another end. And I'm going to press escape. All right, so now I have a 2D sketch of a rectangle, and I can change the dimensions by pressing D. You'll see it automatically select sketch dimension. I'm going to click on the line, and then I'm going to specify how wide I would want it. So let's say do 1 inch. And then I can do 0.5 inch. So this would be a pretty small one. And then if you want to change it, you could just double click. And then you can say instead I want 3 inches and 1 inch on that. Now I'm going to finish my sketch. So again, this is just a 2D thing. You can't really do much with this yet until you make it 3D. So to make it 3D, I'm going to press E. You can see over here, the extrude is prompted. You can also click it on the ribbon, but I prefer to just use the keyboard shortcuts. And now to extrude it, I can extrude it however much I want. So this is the depth. And let's say I can make this 50 millimeters. That looks a little wide, so I can change it to 20 millimeters. All right, so right now I have a 3D object. And as I'm rotating this, you can see the cube is also being rotated as well. So I'm going to go over to front, and then I can look at the side, the back, other side, front again, top view, bottom view. So over here, I can add designs onto the box. So you can see over here, what I did was that I constructed a box first, and then I added some more designs on one face and extruded that. So extrusion is a pretty important feature. I'm going to go back to create sketch, and I'm at the front view. Now let's say I want to create a place where my lanyard can go through. So I could go to create, I could go to any of these functions I want. So let's say I go to ellipse, I'm just going to click on a point, on another point, and just drag without clicking anything else. And again, you can change the dimensions by pressing D. Now, I don't really like the placement of where this is right now. So I'm just going to click and drag until I find a place I would like. Additionally, if there's a specified place you'd want to put it, you can also just do D. Click on one point, another point, and specify how far away you'd want it. So let's say I want to change it so that it is 60 millimeters away from that point. And I'll just move over. I'm going to delete that. All right, so I like where it is right now, but I've also realized I don't really like how long this is. So I'm just going to click on line, or you can also do the shortcut L. I'm going to put one line here, drag it down, another line here, and then drag that down. Okay, press enter and finish sketch. Now I'm going to press extrude. So you can choose that, that, and that. You can see this arrow, and over here there's operation, and I want it to cut. So I'll choose cut, and then okay. And you can see how it's been removed. I can also do it on this side. Press L. Say, I want to make it a little bit thinner. Finish sketch, extrude, like that. You can also specify the distance of your extrusion. So I could just leave it like that, or I could just go through all the way. Now it's a little thinner. So we can see, this is the front view. How it looks on the other sides. Now I want to change the placement of this ellipse. So what I can do is I can go back to my previous actions. So I went over here. This is where I sketched it. And then I go to edit sketch. And then I can make this come a little over here. And I can make it a little bit smaller by clicking on it. And you can see how it's highlighted blue as opposed to where I'm just clicking on this dot and moving it. Okay, so finish sketch again. And now it looks a little bit better than before. It's a little more centered. And all I had to do was go back to the sketch. I didn't have to delete anything. All right, now to put your name on it, you go back to create sketch. Sometimes this will happen. Just press home and you'll see it again. Go over to front. And then I'm going to go over to create text. And you can put your name over here. So name. Press OK. And I'm just going to click and then place it wherever I want. I can finish sketch now. And then right now, this is just a 2D thing, your name. So I'm just going to press extrude. And then you can make it so that it's like a hole through the box, or you can make it kind of like pop out a little bit. So to do that, you can see the operation is join, and you can do a 5mm distance. So now if you print this out, it'll come out like that. You can also add some designs. So in my name tag, I had a bunch of designs over here, and you can use that by going back to create sketch, create, and just playing around with any of these functions. There's a circular pattern and rectangular pattern, which is also pretty fun to use when making patterns. So I can show that over here. I'm going to choose circle, zoom in more, and now I'm just going to a little circle here. So all I did was I made a center point, I clicked once and then dragged it out. Press escape, and now I want to make another circle. The top over here, slightly bigger. Where you put the circle, like you can see right now it's on the same line, but it doesn't have to be that way, it's up to you. I'm going to go over to create circular pattern, and now objects. So I want this to circle around this. And now you can see there are 3 right now, but I want to do 6. So now I have 6 circles. And you could do this manually and make 7 circles, but using the circular pattern makes it a lot easier and you save time. So I'm going to finish sketch, I'm going to press extrude again, click on all those circles, and I'm not holding down on anything, I'm simply just clicking on them. And then I can extrude the other way so that the operation is cut. Press OK. All right, so that is how you make a name tag. All right, so over here, I'll be showing you guys how to make a planter, or maybe like a bowl for your keys, something like that. And we'll be using the revolve function. So I have an example over here. I'm going to make a new design. I'm going to go over to create sketch, choose any axis you want, and I'm going to start off with a 2D sketch. So I'm going to click on L for line. And you kind of want to think about this 2D design and have it. So I'm going to do like half of the bowl, and I'll show you guys what it does later. So right here. And you can change this design up if you want, but this is what I have so far. And another thing you can do is you can change the dimension by clicking on this line, just dragging it. You can also just drag that part. Make it a little bit longer. And again, you can also use dimension if you want to change it to any specific part. I'm going to finish sketch. And now I just have this shape. So to make it 3D, I'm going to go over to Create, Revolve, and Profile. So choosing the profile, you can see that it's all selected in blue. And I'm not really sure what happened here. I think, oh, my axis. So something was selected before, but my axis, I want it to be over here. Okay, that looks a little more like it. Press OK, and you can see right now you have a bowl. All right, so I'm going to go to Create Sketch, and then I'm going to click on the base over here, just so I can make some drainage holes. I'm going to go to Circle, go to Rectangular Pattern, sorry, Circular Pattern. This is my objects. Okay. My center point in the middle. Then I can change it to 6. So, okay. Finish sketch and extrude. Click on those circles. I'm going to drag it down so that it cuts. Press OK. And there you have it. Now, when you want to 3D print something, what you could do is after you saved it, go to File, and you export. And for 3D printing, we use STL files. So you can go over here to the drop-down, scroll down, click on STL, and click on Export. After that, you can email the file to yourself, and then upload it onto Cura and print it out. So just as a summary, we can make designs using Autodesk Fusion 360. Again, it is free, and all you have to do is make an Autodesk account. And then go over to Create Sketch, and you can use Extrude or Revolve or any of these other functions. I find that extrusion is one of the most important features to learn for beginners. Once you master extrusion, you can work with some really cool designs using rectangular pattern, circular pattern, revolve, and a bunch of other stuff. Over here, just want to make sure that you can see these workspace. So these are different functions Autodesk Fusion 360 has, such as simulation, but we're working with design. That's pretty much it. Thank you for coming, and I look forward to seeing your future designs.